Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing? I hope you're wondrous. This is number 3 of March Collabness. This is a super special guest this time, guys. But first, before I even start, and I'm gonna try to make this intro short because these videos have been long. That's the first thing I'll say. Thank you so much for sticking through these videos. I hope you guys are listening through the whole interviews that have been happening with Dee Dee and with Lucy. I know it's long, but I feel like it's super fun and we're getting to know each other, so I hope that's okay, okay? But thanks for that, and thank you guys so much for all the awesome comments. I'm glad you guys are really liking this, little twist on a collab series. I'm having so much fun. But anyway, let's get into today's special guest. As you can see in the title, it is Tiffany from SouthernGalsDesigns. I have been following Tiff for the longest time, and I never really had a chance to get to chat with her. And so when I reached out and she said yes, I was so excited. And you guys are gonna hear in the interview, we just clicked when we started talking. She's just so hilarious. I love her to death. We're a little similar in certain ways, actually. It's funny, and we're both a little crazy. So I hope you guys enjoy. Her prompts for me were quite challenging, but I have some ideas, so I think I know what I'm gonna do. Let's see if it pans out. I'm hoping this one turns out good. I hope I do your prompts justice, Tiff. But yeah, guys, stick around to the end because that's when I'm gonna talk about the prompts and how they fit into everything, etc., etc. All right, enjoy. Bye.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Tiff. How you doing?
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl.
Here
Hey.
we are.
Yes, here we are, finally chatting. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too because I can't wait to get into the questions. So let's go ahead and get started.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Oh my gosh, I don't even have a pen. Hold on.
Girl, grab the pen because this is such an awesome idea that you came up with. I'm so excited that you invited me to participate. It's such a great way for all of our viewers to listen and kind of know a little bit more about us.
Awesome idea. And I'm just so happy that you guys have joined me in my March Collabness. I'm so excited. I'm sure everybody watching right now is super excited because no one knows who you guys are until the video comes out.
I know. That was smart and kind of sneaky, just saying.
Mhm. Okay, so I think I'm ready. I have my
Okay,
pen, I have
you
my
have your
paper.
pen.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, my first question to you is tell me about how you found art journaling. How did that whole thing come about?
Okay, so this was a question. It's funny. This is why I love this collab series because you get to hear the different questions from different people, and some of them are like popular questions. So this is one that I had already, but basically it's an interesting story. So I used to do graphic arts. Well, before that I used to draw like as a kid, right? But
Hmm.
then when I got to high school, I kind of fell out of the whole art thing. And then I started to get into graphic design. So I was doing like flyers and posters and business cards where, like we were talking just now in your interview, where it's like that whole professional, you know, no
Hmm.
real play that you could do. It's got to be precise and, cohesive and all that good stuff, which I loved at the time. And then it turned into a job that I didn't like
Hmm.
because I was doing other people's vision instead of what I wanted to create.
Hmm.
So it wasn't fun anymore. And for me, if it's art and it's not fun, I'm not doing it.
Right,
Like
right,
I already have a job that's not fun that I have to do. So
right.
for art, it's got to be enjoyable. So I stopped that and then I started doing nails and
Hmm.
I love the whole art of nails. I just hated actually doing nails. So then that went away. And then I was online and I ran across Wreck This Journal. Do you know that
Oh
book?
yes, I do. I did hear that in your interview with Dee Dee about. Yes,
Yeah.
I did see that. I did see. I've seen that. I've not actually gone through and participated in this journal process, but I did
Mhm.
see it.
It's a really cool book, and I'm sure there's like, I think there's more of them, more versions of it now, because this was years ago. But it's basically a book that gives you kind of like prompts, and then you just do something on each page.
Like what year? You said years ago. What
So
year?
I ran across Rectus Journal before I started my YouTube channel, so it would have been over 4 years ago. But Rectus
Okay.
Journal wasn't brand new when I found it. So
Okay.
it's been around for a while, and it was so cool to me. And when I ran across it, I ran across a particular girl on YouTube that was doing hers and making a video for every page, and she was super artistic with it. So she was adding paints, and she was illustrating, and she was like throwing washi tape and stuff in there, and I thought, what is this girl doing? Like,
She's
what? And so I still hadn't run across a mixed media video. Like, it was just Rectus Journal. And I thought, this is cool. I'm going to go buy the book. I'm going to go buy a few little supplies and do something. In that process, down the rabbit hole of YouTube, I found mixed media videos. And I thought, oh, forget Rectus Journal. I could use
right.
any kind of paper. And I
Right.
just, yeah, so it's really just from YouTube is where I ran into it. I never even knew what it really was prior to that. Like, I knew what abstract art was, but I never really knew about mixed media where people were literally using every type of thing you can imagine on a page, you know? So it was just so fascinating to me. To this day, I've only done one page in Rectus Journal.
Oh, really? That's what I was gonna ask. Yes. So,
Yeah.
did you ever fill it up or
No, no, I
nope?
did one page, and that was actually about a year or two ago
Oh,
when I was like,
wow.
yeah. So way after I started my YouTube channel, but I was sick in bed, and I'm like, let me just play in this Rectus journal, and I did like one page, but that's pretty much how it started.
That's funny. So,
Mhm.
when you said that you found mixed media, did you immediately go into the journaling aspect? And did you already have a journal, or did you make your first journal?
I had nothing. So it's funny, if you go on my Instagram, my very first post is my mixed media supply haul. So what I did was I got overly excited and I went to
And
the
bought
art
all the
store
things.
and bought all the things, the books, the pens, the paint, the gesso, everything I thought I needed. And it's so funny. I was just talking to my mom the other day and I was like looking back at that picture and I thought, I could look in this picture right now and find those items in my home that have not even been opened yet.
Right. So
Because it's like,
that's perfect. That is a perfect segue to
oh
our first
no,
prompt.
oh no.
Yay. I was trying to steer you into the direction I wanted you to go in, and it worked. Boom, interviewing right here. Okay,
No.
so now I want your first prompt. Get that pen that you had to find and write this one down. So, your
Okay.
first prompt is going to be to find a product that is one you purchased in the beginning,
Oh,
okay, that you haven't used and is still sitting there.
oh my gosh. Okay, you know what though?
Yes.
This is like a this is a challenge because when I looked back at the items I didn't use, I honestly thought to myself, why did I buy that?
Yes, y'all, we are winning right here. This is going to be awesome.
Watch me find like a single pen that I didn't use and be like, haha,
Oh my gosh. She's so sneaky, y'all. She's so
got you. I
sneaky.
never used this paintbrush. No,
Oh
no,
my gosh. Hey, whatever works, right?
no. I'm gonna definitely use like an actual product that I didn't use, didn't open, and throw it in there. It's a good
Because
challenge. I love
you know
challenges.
you may be able to find something that original intent you use it in a different way, and
Yes.
voila, it's magic.
Exactly. I feel like I'm on a different level now 4 years later where I could probably find some use. So let's
Yes, there you go, girl. Get
challenge
out there, blow the
accepted.
dust off, and get busy working on it.
Challenge accepted.
So, the second question I have is, we all know that masking tape is my spirit animal art supply. Okay.
Yes.
So, what is your spirit animal art supply?
Tissue is my life.
Tissue,
Tissue.
tissue.
And it could be printed tissue, it could be pattern tissue, it could be tracing paper, any kind of like, well, tissue mostly, just
Right,
because of the fact that it's so versatile and I could like print a digital stamp on tissue if I want to and throw because I don't have a lot of stamps, so throw
right.
that on there. I could use pattern tissue. Like it is my favorite. I've said in the past that one day I'm gonna put tissue as my life on a t-shirt and I'm gonna wear it.
And people are going to be like, this lady is weird.
She's crazy. And they won't know what kind of tissue. So they'll be like, what? Is her nose running?
That would be really awesome. Well, that brings us to our second prompt.
Oh
And
gosh.
well, honey, you can't use tissue.
You're like, Dee Dee.
Yep, you can't use it.
Dang
So
it.
all of those you just
Ugh.
listed out, anything that looks like tissue could be printed on, and yeah, none of that, girl. We throwing that out. Nope,
I quit.
can't use it.
I I
No.
quit. I'm closing down my YouTube
This
channel.
is where growth happens, when you have one hand tied behind your back and you're
Yeah.
blindfolded and there's no tissue. You're gonna rock it out.
I should have known, I should have said, you know what I should have said? I should have said my spirit animal art supply is that one from back in the day that I never opened.
Yeah, nah, we're not working it. She's sneaky,
Okay.
y'all. She's so sneaky. All right, so you got your two prompts, and you guys are watching her work on her project. She's acting like the no tissue didn't even affect her game. She's rolling on. So that brings us on to question number 3.
Okay.
Breathe. You're going to be okay without your tissue. It's all going to be okay.
I need my tissue. I'm crying.
So tell me, what is something you are really wanting to grow in as far as your art? Is there a technique? Is there something specific that you've been working on that you want to get better at?
Yes. So it's more so basically drawing like faces. So
Okay.
I don't draw a lot. I have drawn faces. I've used them by printing on tissue in a lot of my art because I use them over and over again because I don't want to draw it again. Because for
Mhm.
me, I want to be able to see how we were talking about the whole intuitive thing and being too
Mhm.
critical of yourself. When it comes to drawing, it's extremely hard for me to draw a face and not be precise and the left eye has to match the right eye exactly and the eyebrow
Mhm.
can't be crooked and something about drawing a face is just I get so frustrated. It turns out in the end like I like the drawings I have done, but
Mhm.
I want to work more on being able to just go with the flow and like not necessarily have to use a reference, just kind of drawing faces. I don't work on it very often, but
Mhm.
it's definitely something I want to do more of for sure. Don't tell me to draw a face, Tiffany.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a spin on it because I think this will help you, and I think this will also let you get a little more loose. Okay,
Okay.
so you only have to draw one half of a face.
Okay. That does make it easier. I've done that before.
Hmm. And it gives you a lot of options there.
Does.
So one half of the face.
Okay. I got you. And I have to
Uh,
draw it. Like I have to physically draw a new one. Well, yeah, I
I
guess since I can't print on tissue.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think so. Yes, I'm gonna go with
Okay.
yes. I'm so
Okay.
glad I got to give the prompts after you gave me my prompts because you would
Oh,
be like,
no.
"Meow."
I was so nice to you.
You are absolutely amazing, but this is so good. Look at you.
Okay.
Everybody's watching you on the video right now, and they're like, "Why is she even sweating this? Because she's got this."
You know what's happening in the video right now? I'm like flailing my arms around and like putting my fist up to you.
So you talked about tissue and you talked about the things that's a challenge, which is a face, and you want it to, look great and be all perfect. And we talked in my video about being intuitive. What is your one like fallback? Like when all else fails, what's the one technique that you always go back to?
Any kind of art technique?
Yeah, just like one, like there's certain things that I always do when I can't think of what else I need to do, like kind of my fail safe, like I know this will work.
Mm-hmm.
What's that technique for you?
That's a good question, actually.
Thanks.
That is a good
I
question.
stumped her, y'all. I stumped her.
What is my what? I feel like I feel like if I'm in the middle of a page and I'm stumped and I have to think of something to like keep going, that's a little hard for me. But
Mhm.
prior to starting, if I can't, like if I'm trying to think, okay, let me do, let's say watercolor painting or something, and then I can't think
Mhm.
of what to do, how to put it down, what I end up
Mhm.
doing is going back to the whole collage style, like
Mhm. That's
layering.
what I thought your answer would be. Yes.
Yes, I love collage. It's like the
You're
most
awesome too.
enjoying for me. Thank you. It's the most pleasurable for me. I love doing it. I feel like I could be really free when it comes to collage. So yeah, if there's something I'm struggling with and I just don't know what to do, I'll just be like, okay, let me just do some kind of collage, and it
Mhm.
usually works out in the end.
So I'm going to give you a easy one now. So I want you to
Yes.
incorporate that into today's page. So it has to have
Oh,
some type of collage incorporated in that messy face, one half, no tissue paper.
okay. You know what? The fact that I could put some collage in there makes me feel
Feel
so much better.
better. See,
Because
I know.
if I draw a bad face, I'm just gonna put something over it. It's
There you
collage.
go. Whatever works.
No, I'm just kidding. No, that's good though. Thank God, because I mean, I probably would have put collage in there somehow anyway.
So
Okay.
that was our fourth question, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so my fifth question is, so you said about 4 years ago is when you got started. So what advice and what kind of tips do you have that you could give all of the beginners who are viewing this video right now? What would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
If they like people wanting to get started.
Yep, they are watching your video right now. They found it and they're like, I am at that point where she's talking about wreck this journal and searching YouTube. They just found you. What are you
Uh,
going to tell them?
I think my best piece of advice, because I had to kind of give this to myself, was to
Mm-hmm.
just put yourself out there. Like I was thinking of doing an art channel way before I did it. And this
Mm-hmm.
was for like drawing and stuff like that. But I was always like, no, I can't put myself out there. People are gonna, the internet can be ruthless, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
like people are gonna make fun of me, people are gonna think it's crappy, no one's gonna watch. I even before this channel, I had a channel for my nails, but
Mm-hmm.
I never actually posted a video. It was just a bunch of slideshows of pictures
Mm-hmm.
because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to put myself out there. I had this huge fear. And it's funny because when I read the comments in my videos, because I read every single comment, a lot of people say to me, I love your art. I've been, watching you and watching a bunch of people for years. And maybe one day, I'll have the guts to to put myself out there. And it's so many people that want to and just don't have the guts to do it. But my
Mm-hmm.
advice is to just put yourself out there. Especially what I found is because I watch a lot of YouTube, even a bunch of non-art related channels.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
live on YouTube. And I realized that the art community is so different to like the rest of the YouTube community
Mm-hmm.
as far as the way people react when you post stuff and the things they say in your comments. Like I see some of the worst comments ever online, but in the art community, I could probably count on one or two hands in the 4 years I've been watching videos that I've seen bad comments of someone like just being rude or,
Yeah.
saying something to turn down or to put your art down. It just doesn't happen. And
Mm-mm.
so it
Yeah.
shocked me that, oh my gosh, this community is so inviting and so supportive. And I just, to this day, I'm just flabbergasted at the support that I get from people online that I don't even know. It's just
Mm-hmm.
this,
It's crazy.
so yeah, so I would say to people, don't have that fear. The art community is amazing. Everyone's here to support you. And just put yourself out there and you'll be surprised. And what you might think looks bad, so many others are going to think looks amazing because there's so many times I'm like, ew, this page is ugly. And I put it out anyway, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I love this. So it's like, it
Mm-hmm.
all depends on who's viewing it. So
Right.
once you understand that, we're our own worst critics and everyone out there is going to see things differently and everyone in the art community is so nice and supportive, then you just put yourself, just do it. Just do it.
Yep.
That's my advice. Just do it.
I would 100% agree with that as well. And that brings us to our fifth prompt. And this one, I want you to use cheesecloth. And the reason I
Ooh.
chose cheesecloth is because of the weaving of the threads and how they combine people. Because just thinking about us as threads in the cheesecloth being weaved in between, you're in Canada. I'm way down here in South Alabama, and it
Yeah.
was social media, YouTube that brought us together.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to have a YouTube channel, but there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's a network of people who are the fibers that weave our friendships together, and they are so supportive. Some of my best friends are people I found in my YouTube channel and on Instagram. So I want you to use that cheesecloth in this project today.
That
Do you
is
have cheesecloth? Do you
amazing.
have cheesecloth?
Yes. And you are psychic. Number one, you're psychic because just last night when I was doing the most recent video I posted, I went and bent over to grab something I dropped and saw in the corner my cheesecloth that I had lost.
Now it's found, Jesus. Yes, it
Like,
is.
what?
Woo!
Yes. And I have a reason to use it. Yes. And it's
Oh
such
my
a
gosh, that's
beautiful
crazy.
reason. Like the reason that you just gave, like the whole reference to the fibers and weaving people together, it's so true. And that's the same way that I've met people. Like I've gone to Montreal to meet artists and I've met and then others came from the States and Lucy came from the UK and we got together and it's just crazy how, like I said, social media just brings people together and the art community
Yeah.
especially because everyone's just so
Yeah.
amazing. I'm excited about that prompt actually. I'm gonna actually probably put that whole reference in there somehow about
Yeah, that'd be great.
weaving people together. We'll see. Don't quote me on that.
So you've got a whole slew of prompts that you're working through on the video. And I just have to say, as we close this out, Sam, I love you, girl. This has been an amazing treat to be able to talk to you and to be able to listen to your accent.
My
And
accent.
yeah, you got one too, honey. And I really, really just enjoyed it. So I thank you so very much for having me to come in and do the interview. And you really shared your heart and your soul right here in these questions. And I hope that it encourages all of the viewers who are viewing this to step outside of the comfort zone. And sometimes you have to do some stuff that scares the bejesus out of you, like paint this face that or draw this face that Sam's doing on the video today.
Yeah.
But you can do it, and we want to encourage you to do it because we want to root you on in the art community too.
Aww. You're gonna make me cry. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. And thank you. Listen, honestly, Tiff, just watching your videos, I'm sure everyone can agree with this. You're like the biggest breath of fresh air. We can hear your smile when you talk. It's just, you're upbeat. You always have me giggling. You always have me feeling better. And you're just so uplifting and supportive. Just an amazing soul. So I really, really thank you for joining me in this. It was so fun, so fun. And these prompts, it's a good challenge. I'm happy. I love a challenge. So I got
I'm
this.
so
I got
excited. I'm so excited to go back and watch the video and see how it all came about.
Yes. And everybody make sure you go over to her channel. The links are below. You're gonna go watch her video, hear our interview there, hear the prompts that I gave her. And yeah, I guess that's it then, right?
It is. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Okay, bye.
Tell me where to go. Use my inner voice. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. What is the connection? Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. Please show me the way. Tell me where to go. Please show me the way. 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 Use my inner voice. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. You gotta go the holy path.
Alright guys, this is it. I love how this turned out. This was a massive challenge for me. This whole drawing thing. Tiffany! It was a serious challenge, but I came through. I like how it turned out. It is a little busy. I regret doing these white lines here because the pen just wasn't working over the crappy watercolor. Anyway, let me go through the prompts, which you heard through the interview anyway, but let me just explain them. So number one was to find something from the very beginning, which was my first like mixed media haul, and use it, something that I never used before. So I kind of slightly cheated a bit and just went with watercolors that I didn't use and made the black, because Tiff, girl, I just couldn't think of what to do with some of that stuff. I had glitter. I'm like, I don't know what to do with glitter. I didn't want to put glitter and get it all over the place. I had like some vintage brown flowers that I couldn't find. I don't know what I did with them. I had odd things like this tool that's like this little stub thing. I don't know what it's for. I guess it's to make marks. I could have used that, but I thought, let me not use a tool. Let me use an actual product. So I did that. I used the watercolor. I never use those. It's like Royal and Langnickel. They're really cheap. They're really crappy. But I used it here. And one other thing I used from the very beginning was these edge border things. I had given some away and never used them myself because I didn't think they were really my style, but I threw a little corner right there on there for you, Tiff. So I used two things from the very beginning. Then no tissue, sad face, sad face. There was a couple times when I was picking up tissue like these because I was going to put them in there and I'm like, I can't use tissue. It was hard. It was very hard. The only thing you could slightly see through on this page is this washi, but you didn't say I couldn't use washi. So I got past the no tissue, draw half a face. I almost drew a full face, but I was supposed to draw it a lot smaller. It ended up bigger, which is why I cut it out and put it on this sheet, but it turned out. I used a reference because I am not good with drawing, but I used a reference and I like how it turned out. I think she's really cute. She has her little bun just like me. And yeah, like I struggled with the eyes and stuff as you saw in the beginning, but I got through it. And Tiff told me, you know, as you could hear in the interview, or was it in the interview? We were talking so long outside of the interview. I can't remember where we said this, but Tiff was telling me, you know, when you go to draw, just be free and don't think so much. And she's very intuitive with the art that she does, and she's very free. And with drawing, I still struggled. The hair, I tried to be more free and not get too picky with it, but I still, you know, struggled with the eyes and everything and trying to make it perfect. It's a thing. I'm working on it. I'll get there one day. I drew the face, Tiff. I drew the face. That was the biggest challenge. Anyway, do some collage. I actually almost forgot about this prompt, which is why you just see like a couple layers of paper and washi here, a couple pieces of paper and washi here. I kind of forgot about the collage part, but I guess layering pieces of things is technically collage. I don't know, but I forgot. This drawing consumed my brain. Then the last one was use cheesecloth. I thought this was a cute idea. As soon as she said to use cheesecloth, I knew I could find some way to use it because I love cheesecloth. This is actually coffee dyed cheesecloth that I was doing for some vintage journals I was working on before. And I don't know, I just thought to tie it in her hair and put a tube of paint in it, like if she's dreaming about art and she has a paintbrush in her hair, and you know, it's an art fantasy dream universe. That's what this is. Dream universe art fantasy land girl. And then what she said when she was wanting me to use the cheesecloth was the cutest thing ever. She had said that like the fibers and the threads are what weaves our friendships together. And I thought, oh, that's so cute. So kind of here where I was scribbling some text, I put that cheesecloth. I said cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is the fibers I don't think it was a proper sentence. I think I said cheesecloth is the fiber that weaves our friendships together. And then I mixed up the words and wrote something random here just to make it look better. So yeah, it's in there somewhere. Anyway, I'm blabbering too long. I keep doing this. This video is going to be over half an hour again. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you go over to Tiffany's channel and watch her video. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet because we haven't put them out yet, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much again, Tiff, for joining me in this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you to death. You're such a breath of fresh air. We all love your joyful spirit and just your tone, and you're just always so upbeat and giggly. You made me smile, and thank you so much for joining me. I think that's it, guys. Check the description for the links. And another video will be coming on the 31st. Is it 31st? Yes, the 31st of April. Not April, Sam. Oh my God, I'm discombobulated. The 31st of March is the next collab. Stay tuned. And that is it for now. Bye.